Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Sorry that the lighting is not very good in this video. I'm filming in my room and it's night and my room does not have the best lighting, so that's why this one's darker than my other one. So sorry about that. But I wanted to shoot my December wrap up part 1. I said in one of my previous videos that I was going to try to read 30 books in December. Well, I was going to see if I could read 30 books in December to catch up on my reading goal and meet my reading challenge on Goodreads. That is not going to happen. I'm still way far behind, so definitely not going to meet that challenge. But I have read 9 books so far. And so I wanted to just sort of show you what books that I've read so far. And then at the end of this month, next week, I'll do a second wrap up with the final books that I finished. But yeah, so let's get into it. The first 2 that I read this month were Mythology books, and I hauled these in a previous, I think October or November video. I hauled these books, but this one, yeah, the lighting, terrible. You probably can't see it very well, but it's Mermaids, the Myths, Legends, and Lore by Sky Alexander. And this is all about mermaid mythology and like different countries' takes on mermaids and sea, like sirens and nymphs and other sea creatures related to mermaids. So this has all the myths and legends about that. It was really interesting. I gave it a 3.5 stars. It is a little bit repetitive at times, and I think that if the book, I feel like it could have been better organized, and if it was, it might have been less repetitive. But nevertheless, I still enjoyed it. Gave it 3.5 stars. And then the next one, again, another mythology book. Trying to see how I can best show it. There you go, a little bit, sort of. But it's Heroes, Gods, and Monsters of Greek Mythology by Bernard Evsman. And this pretty much has a lot of the Greek mythology stories. Zeus, Apollo, Aphrodite's. It has demigod stories in here, different nature myths and fables. So yeah, that's what this one was. I liked it. I enjoyed learning more about the Greek mythology. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. I read it right before I read Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. So I really like that I had a little bit of a Greek mythology background to reference back to when I was in that story. So yeah. The next one that I have to show you guys is a series of unfortunate events, The Bad Beginnings by Lemony Snicket. And this one, I actually really enjoyed this one. I gave it 4.5 stars. It's about these 3 kids who their parents were in this accident, this fire, in the beginning, and they are left orphans, and they have to go live with their, with, I believe it's their uncle they have to go live with, and he is just terrible, and it's just, he neglects them and is horrible to them and threatens them, and basically it's just like them going to live with them, and like you kind of see what they have to go through, and well, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil anything, but anyway, I really, really like this one. It's a children's story, although if I was a 6-year-old reading this, I'd probably be a little scared. So I don't know how much I'd recommend this to little kids. But I really enjoyed it. I loved it. I gave it 4.5 stars. So yeah, and I really want the rest of the books now. There's, I think, 13 books in the series, which is a lot, but I do want to continue. And then, of course, I read Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan, and I absolutely loved this book. It was my first time reading it. Surprisingly, it took me forever to get around to reading it, but I loved it. I gave it 4.5 stars. This reminded me a lot of Harry Potter. There are a lot of parallels with the Percy Jackson and Harry Potter, not just with the characters, because I mean, Percy, Annabeth, and Grover are a lot like Harry, Hermione, and Ron, but also the story in general. There's a lot of similarities and parallels. Like for instance, in Harry Potter, instead of saying Lord Voldemort, they say he who must not be named because they're afraid of saying it. Well, in Percy Jackson, instead of calling one of the villains Furies, they're afraid of saying Furies, so they call them the Kindly ones. Kindly ones. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of parallels that I found between the story and Harry Potter, but I love Harry Potter so much that I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. And I did really enjoy the story. Gave it 4.5 stars. So then the next book I'm going to show you guys, I actually just finished this weekend. It was the last book I finished, and that's We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. This book has taken me a while to get to. I've heard so many mixed things about it on Goodreads and on BookTube, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to read it, but I finally gave it a shot, and I did enjoy it more than I thought I would. I gave it 3.5 stars. I enjoyed it more than I thought. The beginning was kind of dull for me. Like, it didn't really get interesting until halfway through the book. Now, this book, I've heard everyone say it's best going into it not knowing anything at all or not knowing much. And I will say it's a mystery book. I definitely did not guess that ending. I did not see it coming. I had a lot of guesses on what it could have been. Did not predict what actually happened. But I'll just read you the back, what it says on here. We are Sinclairs. No one is needy. No one is wrong. We live, at least in the summertime, on a private island off the coast of Massachusetts. Perhaps that is all you need to know, except that some of us are liars. So that's pretty much what they give you. And so, I think it's worth the read. Like I said, I gave it a 3.5 stars. I didn't love it, but I did like it a lot more than I thought I would. So I think it's worth a pickup, and it's very quick. It's like 225 pages, so it's a very quick, easy read. So then the next book that I'm gonna show you guys is Positive by Paige Raw, and this is a memoir. And I actually saw Alita from A Book Affair. I'll leave her channel down below. I actually saw her haul this book in one of her hauls, and it looked really interesting when she talked about it. And so I saw it at Barnes & Noble last time I was there, and I had to get it. And I did, and I read it, and I loved it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It's basically this girl named Paige. She was born HIV positive, and she got bullied and picked on a lot in school, middle school. And so this is pretty much her story, talking about her, like, how she got through it. Sorry about that. How she basically got through it and got over the bullying and what she's doing with her life now. And so, so yeah, that's pretty much what this is. I really, really enjoyed it. Again, 5 out of 5 stars. I'm losing my voice, I'm sorry. The next book that I've got, let's see here. Oh, and I forgot, there's one other book that I don't have to show you guys, but it's called Two Girls Staring at the Ceiling by Lucy, can't remember her last name right now. I don't have the physical book to show you guys. It's my friend's book that I read, and it's written in verse, and I thought, why not? You know, I haven't read a book in verse before. Why not give it a shot? It's easy to fly through, and I can get it read pretty quick. So that's pretty much why I read it, was because it's written in verse and I knew I could fly through it. And it's a contemporary book. And if you guys have been on my channel before, you know I've said I'm not a big contemporary fan. So needless to say, I gave it a 2.5 stars. It was okay. It's just, there's nothing happens in the book. Nothing really goes on. It's about two girls who share a hospital room, and they both are struggling with this illness. And so that's pretty much what the book is about, them in the hospital struggling with the pain and everything that comes along with this illness. So yeah, like I said, not huge into contemporaries. I gave it a 2.5 stars. It was okay, and I liked some of the messages that were in the story. You know, they had some pretty good messages about, you know, how when you're young, you don't really realize or think about how your body can fail you, but, you know, things happen. So, anyway, really losing my voice. I will see you guys for part 2 of this video.